My music magazine follows the same conventions of a typical magazine. For example, mastheads, strap lines, date lines, central image, anchorage text, barcode and graphic features. I've also incorporated any music trademark conventions. For example, the use of a formal language. The formal language creates a friendship bond between reader and artist, and also shows the rebellious attitude of the artist and the magazine itself. I've also used bright colours to create that in-your-face attitude, which the magazine is very proud of. I've also shown how Enemy portrays their female artists, which is sexually provocative and dominant. This is because they're trying to attract a male audience. I've also used the layouts, especially how they use the image to dominate the whole text of the whole front cover, double page spread and contents page to make it visually eye-catching. However, I have challenged one form of convention in my magazine, and that is the plain background. Instead of using a plain background, I have used a brick background to show how strong and the authority of a female artist have been used in my magazine. My magazine represents male students in a negative way. It could be seen they're rebellious, as the language used in the magazine is quite offensive, and this could put off many of the older readers. But however, the artists featured in the magazine have a cocky and blunt attitude towards music, bands and other topics. This is typical within indie genre bands, as they're young and youthful as teenagers, and it is particularly shown in Enemy magazine. My magazine could be perceived as sexist, as the female artist is represented sexually provocative, and this could put off many female readers. Therefore, it's mainly aimed at men. The magazine is IPC, particularly IPC Inspire. IP Inspire mainly distributes magazines which are aimed at men, particularly in the middle class system. And one of the brands of IPC Inspire is actually Enemy magazine, which are based on magazine. My main target audience for TMF are male students between the ages of 17 to 21 years old who are interested in new music, going to gigs or even playing at gigs. I've addressed my male audience in many ways, but particularly using a female model as a female artist. She is represented in a sexually provocative way but dominant. This is typical in many other rock magazines. However, they also use informal language, which she herself uses, which it could be seen as humorous, but also friendly, as it creates a bond between reader and artist. And the fact she's a new artist gauges the attention to the front cover. The formal language is used throughout the magazine to create this bond continuing and growing. I've also included a free gift in my magazine, and that is free gigs listings, as many of my audience enjoys going to gigs, seeing new bands or even playing at the gigs to promote their music, and many of them were interested in going to a music career. I've used Photoshop since year 10, however I believe this task has learnt me how to use Photoshop on a professional level, and how criticisms have made my work a lot better. I've also developed new skills on Photoshop, such as using the magic tool and the clone stamp tool to create better images for my magazine. And this will benefit me in future projects in my media career. Looking back at my preliminary tests, I've learned that I can use Photoshop with more confidence to create professional looking projects, as I don't feel comfortable using Photoshop when creating my sixth form magazine, and this has shown, as the sixth form magazine looks too simplistic and I didn't really play around with the tools a lot. Tools and effects, making it look quite unrealistic. Research and planning has benefited me all throughout this task, and this will benefit me in my future career.